I'm not going to be around people that bring me down on a daily basis and criticize if I'm this, if I'm that. I'm just doing my best. So I cannot handle and be around you when you're just a bitch. Your words have meaning, and they come from somewhere. You didn't just make them up.
Kourtney Kardashian.
Kourtney Kardashian has reached a breaking point. In a shocking turn, the reality star has finally broken her silence following her heartbreaking split from Travis Barker, revealing the painful truth behind their failed romance. According to a close source, Kourtney admitted that she tried everything to save the marriage. But despite her efforts, it simply wasn't enough. "I can't accept it," she confessed, her voice heavy with emotion, painting a raw and vulnerable picture of a woman trying to make sense of love lost. So what really happened? Kourtney and Travis's relationship ignited like wildfire. From the very beginning, it was fast, passionate, and deeply public. Less than a year after their whirlwind courtship began, Travis got down on one knee, proposing on the sands of Montecito, California, in October. But behind the picture-perfect moments lay
Shadows over their relationship. Kourtney was aware of his questionable commitment.
Even though Kourtney Kardashian's children were initially cautious about her whirlwind romance with Travis Barker, something beautiful began to bloom. Their families slowly blended, and over time, the kids formed deep, genuine bonds. From lavish wedding ceremonies to emotional milestones, a public pregnancy announcement, and the joyful arrival of their son, Rocky 13, in November 2023, their love story appeared picture-perfect. Fans watched in awe as Kourtney transformed before their eyes. She seemed happier, lighter, more alive. It was as if Travis had brought out a new side of her, a version the public had never seen before. But while everything sparkled on the outside, cracks quietly formed behind closed doors. Whispers of Travis's past began resurfacing. Rumors of infidelity clouded the fairy tale, and Kourtney could no longer ignore them. She knew about his history, how commitment had never come easily to him. The real blow came when old interviews and confessions began to resurface, including Travis's own admission that he had cheated on his ex-wife, Shauna Moakler, with 13 different women. This dark revelation planted the first seeds of doubt, and from there, the trust began to unravel.
So much talk about your kids accusing you of being like an absent mother. What's going on right now? Can you talk to us?
I guess, it's heartbreaking. It's every mother's worst nightmare, honestly. But, we just had dinner with our kids and all their friends 3 weeks ago.
Like 3 weeks ago.
This has all started since my ex started dating a certain person. And,
Kourtney,
it's heartbreaking. Yeah. My family's broken because of this family. And now my kids and I are alienated from each other because of another sister in the family. So, yay for me.
So, aware of his tumultuous past.
Fully aware of Travis's tumultuous past, Kourtney found it increasingly difficult to trust him, especially as new cracks began forming in their family dynamic after the birth of baby Rocky. Things took a dark turn when an old rumor resurfaced, one that involved none other than Kourtney's sister, Kim Kardashian. What started as whispers turned into a full-blown storm when, after years of silence, Kim finally admitted the unthinkable. She had an affair with Travis Barker, while he was still with Shauna Moakler. According to Kim, it meant nothing. She claimed there was no love between them, no emotional attachment. But that confession wasn't received lightly. Sources say a heated confrontation exploded between the sisters. Kourtney, in a moment of pure rage, allegedly tried to hit Kim. But Khloe quickly stepped in, defusing the escalating situation. Still, Kim didn't stop. She continued, recounting how things unfolded with Travis, how their flirtation turned physical while watching a movie together in bed. One thing led to another, and as Kim bluntly put it, it happened. Insiders revealed that Kim told the story in a tone that felt deliberately provocative, as if she wanted to get a reaction. And she did. Kim insisted it only happened once, and that she immediately knew there was no real connection between them. But what shattered Kourtney further was hearing that Travis had pursued Kim even after the encounter, trying to win her over. For Kourtney, that was the final straw. She needed space. According to Kris Jenner, Kourtney distanced herself from Travis for a few days to think, to breathe, to decide what this betrayal meant for her and her family. When Kourtney finally suggested that maybe they should separate, Travis didn't fight. Instead, he told her, "Then maybe you should file for divorce." Kourtney was stunned. She hadn't meant it, not really. But hearing him agree broke her in ways she hadn't anticipated. He later apologized, saying he didn't mean it either, that he was just exhausted from the endless tension, especially the toxic dynamic between Kourtney and Kim. But for Kourtney, it wasn't just about the argument. It was about everything. The betrayal, the lies, the way Kim had always made her feel small.
I'm not going to be around people that bring me down on a daily basis and criticize if I'm this, if I'm that. I'm just doing my best. So I cannot handle and be around you when you're just a bitch. Your words have meaning and they come from somewhere. You didn't just make them up.
But the tension didn't end there. Behind the scenes, many believe that the rest of the Kardashian-Jenner clan has long enabled Kim's behavior toward Kourtney, and that includes their own mother, Kris Jenner. Sources close to the family suggest this favoritism isn't random. Kourtney has always been the outlier, the only one who refuses to let Kris fully control her narrative, her image, her life. This defiance hasn't gone unnoticed. Over the years, Kourtney and Kris's relationship has become noticeably strained. And while the cameras may only show fleeting moments of tension, insiders say the disconnect runs deep. It's why, they claim, Kris openly favors Kim, praising her at every opportunity, defending her choices, and often turning a blind eye when it comes to the way she treats Kourtney. For Kourtney, this imbalance isn't just hurtful, it's isolating. She's had to stand on her own, often without the support of the very people who should have had her back. And now, after everything that's unfolded with Travis and Kim, that isolation feels heavier than ever.
We are like at each other's throats these days. I think that she's going through a phase in her life where she has some anger inside that I don't quite understand.
It also appears to be
It turns out, Kris Jenner may have known all along about the affair between Kim and Travis Barker. Insiders claim Kris kept the secret buried, not to protect Kourtney, but to avoid damaging the family's image. But to Kourtney, that silence cut even deeper. "I don't trust my own family, my own blood, not one bit," she reportedly confessed. Even though Travis has publicly denied ever having an affair with Kim, his well-documented crush on her had haunted Kourtney from the very beginning. At family gatherings, she admitted feeling anxious, restless, whenever Kim and Travis were in the same room. The idea that they might give in to temptation never stopped lingering in her mind. But that wasn't the only issue eating away at their marriage. While on tour, Travis became more distant. Kourtney revealed there were long stretches when she couldn't even reach him, and shockingly, even his bandmates often didn't know where he was. The constant worrying, the emotional disconnect, it left Kourtney feeling isolated and overwhelmed. According to a close insider, their relationship became a cycle of tension, disconnection, and hopeful reconciliation. She gave it everything. She fought to save their marriage, tried giving Travis space, tried reigniting their love. For a brief moment, it even looked like they were on the mend. Kourtney had done the unthinkable. She forgave the past with Kim, believing that maybe, just maybe, it was finally behind them. But fate had other plans. On June 20th, Travis kicked off a new tour with Blink-182. Another long stretch apart. Hoping to reconnect before he left, Kourtney planned a romantic weekend just for the two of them. But to her dismay, Travis wasn't interested. He was cold, distant, disengaged. Something felt off. That's when everything changed. While Travis was in the shower, Kourtney, trust broken, heart pounding, looked through his phone. And what she found sent her into a tailspin, flirty messages from a woman she didn't recognize. When confronted, Travis brushed it off, claiming it was just business. But her instincts said otherwise. Desperate for the truth, Kourtney reached out to the woman herself, and it didn't take long to realize it wasn't just business. Furious, Travis exploded. He shouted that he wanted a divorce, then stormed out, vanishing on tour and cutting off all contact. 3 days passed. Silence. Kourtney refused to chase him, but the silence only deepened the pain. Finally, on day 4, Travis called. But their 2-hour conversation spiraled quickly into blame,